Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to learn how you can create this kind of surreal 3D world environment in DaVinci Resolve very easily. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So in the edit page, go to the effects and search for fusion composition. Drag drop to your timeline. Now open in the fusion page. Now add a camera 3D, shape 3D and a render 3D. Now add a background and press Ctrl plus T to swap the background and foreground point. Now connect the merge on with the media out and drag down the merge 3D to the first preview window. Now make sure you have untick the high quality and motion blur option from here. Now go to the renderer 3D and set the render type to hardware renderer. Now in the camera 3D, set the focal length to 25 and go to the transform and move your camera to the backwards or change the Z position to make your scene visible. Now go to the shape 3D but before that enable the lighting option from here. So in the shape 3D set the shape type to cube and untick the lock option and connect the expression of width with the depth. Now adjust the parameters to achieve a look like a pillar and increase the height. Now move down or change the Y position like this. Now in the transform we have to do a Y rotation a little bit. Now go to the camera 3D and tick the use target option. Now we have to animate our camera, so we'll do a zoomed and up view animation like this. Now we have need a point light and connect it with the merge 3D. Now set the perspective to the front view. Now reposition the point light in kind of this position between the camera and cube. Okay. Now after the point light we have to add a transform 3D. And go to the first frame and set a Y rotation value to -600 and in the last frame set the keyframe to Y rotation 0. Now go to render 3D and enable lighting. Okay, I think we missed a keyframe, so back to the transform 3D. Okay, first frame we have to add a frame for -600 at Y rotation. Now you can see the changes. That is the lighting effect on our shape. Now to make it more realistic, set it to the quadratic and decay rate to 4.0 and decrease the intensity level. Now add a shape 3D and set the shape type to a sphere and connect it with the merge 3D. Now in the transform, adjust its size. Now pin the point light and in the shape 3D connect the transform expression with the point light like this. Now copy the transform 3D and paste it after the shape 3D. To make the shape visible, go to the shape 3D and untick the receive lighting option. Now you can see the effect. Okay, now we have need another point light, but before that we will readjust our nodes and make some free space to work. So add a point light node and change the view to the perspective and connect the point light with the merge 3D. Now in the transform the point light position in the downwards. Okay, now to give it a blink effect we have to, but before that set the decay type to quadratic and decay rate to 8.0. Now right click on the intensity and set modify with shake and go to the modifiers. Decrease the smoothness to around 3 and increase the maximum to 3.0. Now we have need another shape 3D and connect with the merge 3D. Now set the shape to torus, decrease the radius value and also decrease the section value. Now in the transform adjust the Y position a little bit. Now disconnect it to the merge 3D and add a P emitter and a P render. Now open the P emitter and set a keyframe for the number value. So for the first frame set the number value to 10 and at the very next frame set the number value to 0. Now connect the P render output with the merge 3D and set the region type to mesh. Connect the shape 3D with the P emitter and in the P emitter go to the style and set the style to n-gon and select the last one. Now go to the size controls and adjust this size and size variation like this. Now copy the transform 3D after the point light and paste it after p-render. And go to the p-emitter and increase the lifespan to make sure that this will not be vanished. Now go to the media pool and import your character png. Now add a background after it and set the background color to white. As you can see, our character is cropped, so we need a transform node after the media in and decrease the size to make sure that our character is fully visible. Now after the background, add the image plane 3D and connect it with the merge 3D. Now set the perspective view to the front view and in the image plane 3D change its size and change the lighting to make perfectly visible at the preview window. Now adjust his position that it will look like that the character is standing on the surface. Now to get a shadow effect, we have to copy the image plane 3D and connect it with the background and output with the merge 3D. Now go to the material and change the color to black and untick the receive lighting option. Now in the transform, set the Y rotation to 90 and X rotation to -90. Now in the merge 3D, set it to the perspective view and adjust its position to make sure that it will look like the shadow. Okay, now we have to copy the transform 3D after the point light and paste it after the image plane 3D. Now you can see the shadow effect. So now we have to add some stars element. So add a p emitter and a p render. Now connect the p render with the merge 3D and in the p emitter for the first frame set a number keyframe for 700 and at the very next frame set the number to 0. Now go to the region and set its sphere. Increase the size to 4.0. Set the style to n-gon and set the last one. Now adjust the size expression with the size variation. Now adjust the parameters to achieve a look like a star. Okay, and increase the lifespan. Now we have to add ambient light after the p-render to make the stars look more visible and increase the intensity of the ambient light to the 1.0. Now we have to do the final touches. So after the merge one, we will add a glow and increase the spread to 2.0. Increase the gain little bit. Now right click on the shine threshold and set modified with perturb. Now adjust the value to around 0.567 and increase the random set around 23,000. Decrease the strength oval and I here increase the speed a little bit. Just copy the glow one and paste it after, and here in the glow 2 decrease the gain. Now after that add a brightness and contrast, increase the gain value little bit. As you see, the result are totally awesome and looking mesmerizing. So if you learned anything from this, make sure you hit the like, share and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.